Let's rev it up! Because I am sure hungry for one. Help! Help!
What's up, guys? It's Dirty Geek from Dirty Geek and the Boys. Today we have
Lucas Johnson.
And what do you have for us today?
I have a 60 card going first Infernoid.
All right, what inspired the list?
Honestly, like I was given the going second version going to try, and I've normally always played the going first because I love Void Feast. It's probably one of my favorite Infernoid cards, and I just like right now Adamantiator is just like a really strong deck, and like even with like powerful going second cards like Evenly, Mystic Mine, Dark Ruler, like I still just like I'd more than 50% of the time I'm still losing to them. So I figured I'd go back to the going first and just stop them from making the board.
All right, do you have any shout outs to get out of the way?
Yeah, I have a shout out to not Xarian Universe because he's not legal in goats.
Oh, okay. Anything else?
Also to my PR buddy Brandon Stoles, the heart and soul of Starlight Games. Well, not anymore because he got fired. But
I mean, that's kind of soon, dude.
all right.
Goodbye, Brandon.
That's all we got for that.
All right, let's dive into the list.
All right, so starting with the monsters, I believe it's 26 with 20 Infernoids. So we do the 3 Decatrons. We do for the we'll go for the little guys. I go 1 Prometheus and 1 Antra. Prometheus is pretty cool, especially with Decatron going second. He's basically like Night Beam, and Antra's bouncy face up sound. They're just good cards to out stuff. Two Harmodics to pop the monster. 2 Petrulias for back row.
There's 3 Petrulia.
3 Petrulia. Well, I'll be damned. 1 Sajet for the feast. I play 3 Sightsmus and no Atondels. I just love Sightsmus. He's one of my favorite monsters. He does so much. Atondel, on the other hand, does not do as much. For the big boys, because we're going first, we play 3 of each.
Okay, back to the Antondo. Does it ever come up the just feasting for 1 and just summoning Antondo?
I've done that like once in my life. Other than that, like I usually, since I play such a large Infernoid count, I usually never have an issue.
Okay.
So I usually always have a Sightsmus in the Decatron or Sightsmus and Prometheus in deck. For the big boys, we do 3 of each. I just need the names, and also sometimes, depending on matchup, especially when you have multiple Decatrons, you might just send multiple of the same one. It's
Fair.
good to keep 1 in deck for imagination. For non-Infernoids, we do 3 Lilith, very powerful card, especially with Lair of Darkness. Gets you the Void Feast. And then we were trying out 2 Artifact Scythe versus the 1. Treating this kind of like the Gem Knight Garnet, where if you draw 1, you still have 1 in the deck. But if you don't draw it, you can resolve Synctum multiple times.
Okay.
So, moving on to spells. For Voids, we got the 3 Banishment and 3 Imagination, and the 1 Expansion, which is the field spell. I use it specifically for the name, for which I'll get with later, Demise of Land and Metaverse. It's a name card that you can get to as well, because you have a lot of ways to feast, but sometimes not always a lot of way to void cards. So that just is like one other way to go there. And then for draw power, obviously the extravagances. And then for power cards, we got the 3 Monster Gate and 1 Reasoning. And then now for the more newer stuff, kind of like, we're not really new, but new to me, control stuff, we have the 3 Demise of Land. This is basically the new Metaverse. I've been honestly loving it a lot. And using Mystic Mine on your opponent's turn is always busted. I do 2 mines in the main deck, just cause. And then 3 Lair of Darkness.
The real power card.
The real power card. This card is just like, that's how you get the grind game going. Once this is on the field, you pretty much won.
Have you thought about playing the new Lady of Lament?
I
The
thought
Tribute
about
too?
it. The only problem is there's not really any good way to search out the Lilith cards. So because I think Arima can only search out the big one, the Diabolos. So if there was, I would consider it, because she's very good late game. She helps recycle your trap cards, but otherwise, I think usually the games will end before I get to that point.
Okay.
3 Void Feast. It's the power card. It's the card I always want to see opening up. I basically play 12 copies, so I have a pretty good chance of always seeing a way to it in my opening hand. And then for other powerful trap cards to keep the opponent from playing the game, we play the 3 Artifact Sanctum, the 2 Scythe that we had, and then the 3 Imperms, Trap Tricks for trap consistency, and then just the 1 Metaverse.
Okay.
So that concludes the 60 card main deck.
Now, do you think a going first 40 card would be better, or do you think it just
Yes and no. There's statistics in both. Statistics in going first will mean you have a better chance of seeing cards like Void, Banishment, and Pot of Extravagance, which are very powerful cards. There's also statistics in going second, where the more cards you're playing that aren't Infernoids, you have a less chance of drawing Infernoids in your opening hand. So, and I personally don't like drawing Infernoids in my opening hand, so that's one reason. Plus, with Infernoids, like, they don't have like a good way to recycle their stuff, so when you're playing such a low Infernoid count, you can run out of resources really fast.
True.
And going to the extra deck. For the normal ones, we got the 3 Tierra and the 3 Entes. Nothing surprising there. It was great with imagination. For links, we got the 1 and the 2. Basically, these are just easy link 2s if you have Lair. If you don't, they can make for easy OTKs. The 1 Gravity Controller to link off the Tierra. Phoenix for just spot removal. Hida to go into a link 3 because all you guys are fires. Barricade Blocker. This guy's actually really cool in the deck. So you can make this guy and add back like a void continuous spell like Imagination or Banishment. And then if you have another way to feast, which usually there's tons of way, you can then resolve feast again. And then for the power cards, we have the Equimax for the OTK, and then VLS is just like a situational card, which is also very cool to make.
Okay.
And for the side deck, we did the 3rd Mystic Mine for going 2nd, and then 2 Heavy Storm Dusters because we played Trap Tricks and Lilith, so this is just a good card to out like spell trap removals against like things like Altergeist, stuff like that. For clearing boards, we got 3 Lightning Storm, 3 Evenly, 3 Dark Ruler, and then the new card, Void Apocalypse. This card against Rock is actually very cool. They'll usually end on 4 to 5 extra deck monsters, so you can send this to the graveyard and send up to 4 to 5 Infernoids from your deck to the grave, and then try to clear the board, and then you can follow up with like either these cards or the other like powerful cards like Imagination and Banishment. Alright, and the last but not least, we have the 3 Lair tokens, and then we got the FAM tokens. Can't win without these.
Boys.
The boys.
Alright, do you have any last minute comments?
My recent addition was a Demise Land, and honestly, I really like it. I saw that there was a PPG top with it in Altergeist, which is very interesting, but I mean, Mr. Mind's a very powerful card, so I guess might as well use it while you still can.
Alright, this is Dirty Yugi from Dirty Yugi Boys signing out. Have a wonderful day.